When we said we were going to share opportunities and we were not going to keep, we were serious and we continue on that same path where we dig and we share. For me, the goal is not for me to progress on my own, to become more successful than most or than my friends and family and other migrants, but is for us to grow, transition into opportunities, make it in the diaspora as a collective, as a community, as migrants. That's one of my key goals. So today I'm bringing you an opportunity, and this is an opportunity for becoming a student nursing associate. I'll go into detail to explain to you what this entails, but there is a plus because there is apparently, so far I've come across 2 active vacancies whereby there is the Morecambe University Hospitals in Lancaster is recruiting for nursing associates, and also the Barking, Hovering and Redbridge University NHS Trust Foundation has advertised for nursing associate, and this is for the September 2025 intake, which means we are right. It's time for us to apply and actually enroll with these university hospitals. So it's a plus, and if you're on this platform, you do know that we talk about opportunities. We do talk about growth, about making it in the diaspora, because that's the goal for us to all really transition into careers that leads us to what we've always dreamed about. The goal for us is career progression, work-life balance, and succeeding into fulfilling roles. Not to say the roles that we are in are not fulfilling, but we're dreamers. And when we were coming, I don't know if you're watching this video and you've always been like me. I've always been like, I'm going to the UK, it's the land of opportunities. So I look for opportunities. I embrace opportunities. I transition into opportunities, and I want to share that dream, that vision with you. It's a big welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Florence, and today we're talking about the student nursing associate opportunities. It's recruitment season, it's enrollment season, and we better make a head start. So in this video, I'm going to share with you what I know about apprenticeships, including the nursing associate apprenticeship, because I know for some, the question on their minds, is it not classed as public funds? Because part and parcel of our visa do's and don'ts is that we should not access public funds. We've got no recourse to public funds. Yes, the answer is this is no recourse to public funds. So you can apply, but obviously there is eligibility criteria, which I'm going to go and explain at the end of this video. So for some, the question is, what is this apprenticeship? What's a nursing associate opportunity like? And where I come from, we don't have nursing associates. But in this country, it's actually an apprenticeship where you are learning on the job and at the same time you're going to uni. So there's a balance, and whatever institution that you're with, you could be with a hospital, you could be with a nursing home, you could be with a private organization or a GP practice. They make sure that you have got that balance between what you're supposed to learn on the job and also your time to be doing your uni work. You have got your days that you go to your uni. So it's all coordinated. It's all run smoothly like a well-oiled machine. So you don't have to worry to say, well, I'm on a visa, I'm on a skilled worker visa, so what am I going to do? If I decide to study, what happens then with me having to work? And from the way, when I was researching, these university hospitals, I'm going to share the links in the description, actually do pay more than £25,000 per year, in line with the agenda for change, and also in line with the recent changes to salary threshold that's eligible for sponsorship. So if you do apply for this, bear in mind that yes, you can, and yes, the salary threshold allows for you to be sponsored still. So with these hospitals, when I was checking, part and parcel of their eligibility criteria is that you have to be a UK citizen, obviously. But if you're not a UK citizen, you have to have been resident in the UK for more than 3 years. Right. So most of you, I know, we came on a skilled worker visa, and this visa was opened in 2020, just after COVID. So most people are now eligible. And the reason why we're having this conversation is for people to now think, what sort of opportunities should I embrace? What sort of opportunities should I be looking at? And this is not to say you haven't been looking, but we've made it our goal to say, whenever we see opportunities, we're going to share with our people. We're going to grow and succeed as a collective. So that's the goal. No wonder why I'm sharing this opportunity. People do ask me, how long is this course? So the nursing associate course is a 2-year course, which leads you to becoming a nursing associate. But it doesn't limit you to just becoming that. If you want to transition, you can bridge to become a registered nurse. You can bridge into other professions as well. But at the same time, you can still remain a nursing associate and become registered with the NMC and get your PIN, and still that profession you'll be guided by the NMC, everything that you do. All you need to do is to continue with your CPD, which is like continuous learning development courses, for you to remain actively registered with them. So it's part and parcel of the requirements along the way after you've completed this 2-year course. If you want to transition to become a registered nurse, obviously these universities take into cognizance the training that you have done, and which means you will study for a lesser number of years for you to become an RN, because you would have studied some of the courses when you were doing your apprenticeship. So it's a plus if you want to transition into that. One of the things that are exciting for me, as I share with you in this video, is the fact that there are people who say, well, I don't think I can really dive deep into just becoming an RN and doing all that. It's just too heavy for me. This is the ideal opportunity for you. If you're that person, then becoming a nursing associate and then transitioning into becoming a registered nurse is actually what you need at this point in time. Of course, there is eligibility criteria in terms of qualifications. I'll talk about that at the end of this video, so do stay tuned and watch. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? When we're sharing opportunities, when you're sharing nuggets that will actually benefit you if you're in the UK. But this is not just limited to the UK. If you're anywhere in the diaspora, this channel will talk about opportunities everywhere, not just limited to this country. For as long as it's abroad, we talk about it. For as long as it's opportunities, we do talk about it on this platform. Some of the questions that could be on people's minds is the fact, so after this 2-year course, what's the equivalent, what's the qualification that I'll be having? You will be having an equivalent of a level 5 foundation degree. Now that's a lot. That's beyond you doing your A level. Obviously, a lot of people that do follow me that are on this platform are people that are ambitious, are people that have been doing their NVQs, level 3, level 4, level 5. And I don't want to lie to you, this opportunity is so ideal for you. I've been talking about the benefits of you enrolling or you applying to this one. As you're learning on the job, so you do get paid for learning. And also, one of the things that one would be interested in is the fact that if I am an apprenticeship, I'm learning and I'm working, does that mean I'll have the full benefits of any other employee? Yes, you will have full benefits of just like any other employee. You have full benefits, so you need not to even worry. And above everything, I've shared on this platform to say my background is engineering. And when I did my engineering profession, I did it through an apprenticeship. The hands-on experience that you would get as an apprentice is top-notch, because you do more hands-on work, just unlike somebody who just goes straight into uni. And this is not to disregard people that go to unis, but you'd find that if you're learning on the job, you have got the theory on your side and you also have the hands-on knowledge. You're seeing the actual things when you are working, when you're on placement and things like that. I've come across people that are actually starting to be nursing associates and other nurses that are studying as apprentices. And what they've shared with me is that actually the hands-on knowledge that they have actually supersedes just someone who is like a direct student in a university. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's up to you as an individual and how much you absorb, how much keen interest you have probably when you go for your placement. But sometimes placement is not enough. You need that day-to-day experience, that day-to-day exposure, and that can only be an extra if you're studying as an apprentice. So one of the questions obviously that's been on my mind when I was doing this video was to say, obviously somebody would want to know what sort of criteria do they need for me to be eligible for an apprentice. So you need obviously your GCSE, and the emphasis is on maths and English. You need to have your GCSE, your maths and English, and with some trusts they really need high score. You need your A to C grade. But obviously if you've done your functional skills in maths and English, you are eligible as well. But key criteria is you need to have had your maths and English is quite key. They are keen on that, and we've been talking about it for a while now, to say the NHS is revolutionizing the way it's recruiting. It's placing emphasis on maths and English, so you need it. And if you're watching this video and you haven't done your functional skills, and also if you don't have your GCE maths and English, it's about time that you do it. It doesn't take much really, and I believe I can do it. If it's the one thing that you need for you to capitalize on some of these opportunities, then you need it. And guys, this is not to say these are the only institutions that I'm talking about who are offering this. So it's about time, if you live somewhere else, you check with the trust near you, you check on websites. But I guarantee you, if I see anything, I'll be sharing across my platforms, because what we want is we want people to maximize on these opportunities. Obviously, depending on trusts, some trusts do offer sponsorship for these roles, depending on where you are. I'm not going to say definitely you get sponsorship. No wonder why, or there are more reasons why I just say like the NHS as an employee, and then there will be opportunities that are privy to people that are already working for that organization, because there's no way that they can stop you from becoming an apprentice if you already work for that organization. However, suppose you're independent, or suppose you're watching this video and you have children who have finished their A-levels or who are above 17 years of age, they are eligible for such apprenticeship. I don't know what the age limit is, but I think 17, 18, you have to check with the trust as well to say, what's the age limit for one to join an apprenticeship? And the NHS is a beautiful place to start. If somebody is keen on nursing, medicine, clinical skills, then it's a great place to start. But for some organizations, some trusts really can offer you sponsorship, because the salary threshold is eligible for sponsorship. Also, part and parcel of the criteria that they look at is your communication skills with the team. I always say communication is very key. Let's be mindful of how we communicate, because I go for an interview and they're looking at how you articulate yourself in an interview. We've been talking about it, we've been sharing about it, and we'll continue to share about it, because it's proving that it's one of the key things that they look at. How are you going to be communicating? How do you communicate? How do you speak to others? How do you carry yourself around your teammates and around patients? Obviously, a background of care experience is quite key, but not to say if you do not have it, then you're not eligible. You could be a dependent and you're working elsewhere, you're doing other things, and you do not require sponsorship, and you want to transition into nursing. This is a great opportunity for you, because I don't have to be sponsored. You just need to get the job, get the apprenticeship, and get the ball rolling. Part and parcel of the things that they require as well is for you to, like in a personal statement, identifying or stating why you wish to become a nursing associate. And also, this is quite key. I've noticed that if you are applying even to become a nurse in a unit, right? Is it a statement of purpose, they call it, like you're stating why you want to do this. And it's very, very important that you do a good job with this, because this is the only way that they can see your passion, they can see your desire to really add value to the trust. Like I said, because this is a funded opportunity where you're getting paid to learn and progress, you really have to do a good job, because competition is very high, because I want to pay if they can get it for free. So that's the whole point. And last but not least, one of the things that they look at is your understanding of the trust value. So depending on which trust you're going to be applying to, really do a good job. Look at their website, research about them, read through them. Try by all means to practice how to articulate their trust values. This comes in handy, because it shows how you're going to fit with the team. It shows how you're going to add value to that team. It shows how much you really are willing to join that organization, because it shows you've researched about them. It shows you've read about them. But above everything, we do share opportunities about the NHS. I'm pleading, I'm sharing, I'm begging that take those opportunities seriously, because it is those opportunities that lead you to opportunities such as this one. And I do believe we are in that season where very shortly we will be apprenticeships for nursing. And trust me, this is your platform of choice, and I'll bring them here, I'll share with you, because the goal is not for us to succeed on our own and then boom, share later or brag later to say, oh, this is the course that I did. We're going to be doing this together. We're going to be doing this as a community, and we're going to be sharing information, supporting each other through it, the struggles, sharing. It's nice when you're doing it with a community. I've been sharing time and time again to say, I don't think it would have been possible for me to relocate if I didn't have the group of women that I had, where we supported each other. We weren't really like friends, like I would say, but we had common goals, common vision, common dreams at the end of the day. So whatever that we were doing together. We were studying together. I do remember, I'll share with you just quickly. I do remember when I was doing my IELTS, we self-taught ourselves. We didn't have to like a tutor, because we were a group of women that were really on this journey and that were sharing and supporting each other. It's very, very important. No wonder why I've taken it upon myself to say, I'm going to support my team. I'm going to support my community by sharing as much as I know. Not to say I'm a guru at anything. I'm not. But I'm passionate about sharing. I'm passionate about growing and succeeding as a community. Last but not least, I'll share with you what I think. I've been following what's been happening in the country politically. Not that we do politics here, but one of the things that's been topical, or that's still topical, is about the NHS and everything that they want to do with it, addressing all the problems with it. And part and parcel of what I think, or what I've been gathering, is the fact that obviously recruitment and training is going to be at the center of whatever that they're going to be doing. Recruitment locally. And by locally, if you're already in the UK, we class you as locally. What we just need to do now is position yourself on the pole position where training is in your favor. Recruitment, you filling in certain gaps, you filling in certain positions, is ideal and relevant to you. By that, what I mean is, obviously training should be at the forefront of whatever that we're doing. Upgrading, there are going to be opportunities, there are going to be funding opportunities, there are going to be a lot of opportunities are going to come up out of this. I do have a good feeling about it. No wonder why I'm encouraging you to do this. I'm encouraging you to say, let's just maximize on these opportunities. Let's just get into the right spaces. Let's have the right framework of mind. And before I end this video, I know I've promised I'm going to end it, but I'm about to wrap up. I've been coming across people that will be saying, like, tired of the regrets. I'm tired of applying and I'm not getting anything. We've shared, I'm not saying we're the best or anything, but we've shared videos and experiences and tips on this platform that we do feel are quite beneficial, are quite key. If you watch those videos, you do all the things that we say. We are getting feedback from people that have actually watched our videos, watched all the tips that we put out there, to say, oh, I watched that video and went on to do my personal statement and I've got a job. So I do believe we have resources on this platform that we can use, amongst other resources that are accessible to us. Also, last but not least, one of the things that I want to emphasize, I know I always talk about this, but we cannot do a video about the NHS and not talk about this, is the fact that you may not get a chance to join directly, but do not underestimate bank opportunities. And we're in that season where bank opportunities within the NHS for support workers, for healthcare assistants, are on the rise, be it through recruitment events or direct employment. It's very beneficial. It's a great opportunity for you to join his bank, because that's what I did. That's how I joined the NHS, and a few months later I was sponsored to join the NHS. So I know what I'm talking about. I've seen it work for me. The second opportunity that you shouldn't miss out on is volunteering. What they call it like foreign to career. So it's a chance for you to experience the whole environment. It's a chance for you to see what it feels like, or what it is like to work for the NHS. And obviously, if you like it, then you are favored to really like these opportunities. You can then transition into certain vacancies. And when I do say join, I'm talking to both those on sponsorship and those who are dependents and they don't need sponsorship. There's so many opportunities that we can and we will transition into once we get ourselves into these positions. So it's worth it that we take these things seriously. Last but not least, join our membership. In those membership groups, the target is that we are going to be supporting with CV review. Suppose you have done your CV and you're wanting it to be just reviewed, and like I said, we do it to the best of our ability. So you gain access to us, you can speak to us, we can support you. Also, part and parcel of what we do for our members is that we support them with interview preparation. We've seen so much success. If you haven't watched testimonials, they are there on our Facebook page. It's Florence Msekiwa. We're also sharing on TikTok. Go and follow us. Let's build a community of like-minded people that are going to support each other, not compete with each other, because it's not going to get us anywhere, but we are going to support each other. We're going to grow and do it as a team. I'm challenging you. Go and apply to the Morecambe Invest Hospital. I'll put the link in the description, and also Hovering University Hospitals, NHS Trust Foundation. I'm putting the links in the description, and there are others as well. There's a hospice as well that's recruiting for nursing associates. Worth applying, worth going for. So that's all I had in this short video, and I'll see you in our next video. That's bye for now from me.